because this is my first podcast ever. I always podcast, but I don't know, for whatever reason, I never done it. But now I'm serious and I'm here to deliver a podcast every single week. At least I want 2 episodes. Right now, I'm having like on Thursday, but never know. Maybe it's on Friday. I didn't decide that yet because I knew we have no structure yet, but I'm putting everything together. But I wanted to come on live and say, thank you for visiting here and hopefully like my content. My content helping small business owners to grow revenue and also in capacity. Everything is about those. We're going to bring some other people to you. And basically that the key points to get insight from other people. And hopefully one day you get a tip that you can say, one thing, that's what it made me do the next. Anyways, number one, my name is Georgina Salgado Chavez. I know my name is long. Complain about that, just tell my mom and my dad. Don't tell me, okay? Anyways, my name is Georgina Salgado Chavez. Yes, I'm Mexican. I speak English and Spanish. Yes, I was thinking to do a Spanish also. So you're Spanish speaking, well, you can go ahead and send me and say what you want from me, what you hear from me. But anyways, I've been doing this for the long entrepreneurship mindset. When I was little, my dad supposed to punish me. Big wanted to sell things. So one time he said, okay, my dad cows. I said, you're going to sell the milk. And I said, okay, I sell the milk. So I used to go and sell the milk. And I used to come back. And when I was a kid, have money because I always made up my ideas of honey. Actually, I never liked things from the house. And I always used to say, I do, I pay you this, but you got to do this for me. All my chores. My older sister was doing it. My younger sisters were doing it. My younger brothers and sisters. I always use money to get advantages. One time my dad, he found me that, wow, age like 10 years old, I have a lot of stash of money, cash, because that's the only thing they knew back when I was a kid. And besides, back then, if the credit cards wasn't that um, common, to do that. It was big stores doing it, but only them. So anyways, I used to have a lot of money in cash, and my dad say, he got very pissed off and said, where you got this money from? He thought that maybe I stole or something. And I said, well, I've been doing this. I've been doing this and I got money. And he got really upset. He said, no, you're not going to be able to do that. My dad used to also be a farmer and I was a teacher and he used to do a bunch of stuff. But anyways, he used to farm and he used to plant pumpkins. My dad used to get the seeds and he'd throw away the pumpkins. And so I used to see tons and tons of pumpkins. So one day I say to a lady, hey, if I buy everything, can you make some? It's a candy, a Mexican candy with pumpkin. And I said, can you make it? And she goes like, yeah. And I say, I buy everything, you keep some, and I give you some of the money. Okay. And I say, yeah, that's fine. And then what happened? Well, actually, uh, I'm sorry about the phone, okay? Actually, I ended up making a lot of money. And the next thing you know, my dad find out and they go like, Georgina, you cannot do that anymore. Because people are going to think that you don't have even money to eat. And I'm like, okay. So I always used to find a way to make money. Well, I didn't make money. And all my life I have doing that, the same thing over and over. It seems like it was easy to make money. But I'm also, I've been doing that for a long time. I also own a real business years ago as an adult. I've been a freelancer. I've been doing real business where I have employees and so on and so on. So if you're going to get some advice from me, probably it's going to be a good advice. And sometimes I'm going to tell you what not to do because sometimes we do a lot of stuff that they are not very good for our business. All right. So one thing that I want to talk to you is about growing your business. because that's what I do, grow revenue for your business. Number one, you have to understand that most of the things that you do, they're going to fail. Yes, they're going to fail. And sometimes the least things that you can think of it, that's what it's going to work. Sometimes in marketing, because I do marketing too for others, a lot of advertisement, a lot of things, they flop. They're just fail. And so many times people spend thousands and thousands of dollars in advertising, for instance, and they fail. So that's why you have to do something that give you some sort of predictable results. How do I do that? Okay. For instance, if you come to me, I'm gonna check 6 levers of your business. Number one, awareness. Do you have anything that you do for awareness? It's like when you used to go to the malls. This is how I envision it. Okay, this is my example. Like you used to have at a mall. Okay, it's a mall, and it's tons of businesses, and you used to have a business inside. But you have to do something special for the people to look at you. Something, maybe you give it a coupon, maybe you have somebody dancing in there, maybe you have somebody shaking hands. I don't know, you know. So some business they were getting a lot of business, and some other business they were closing in the malls. Same thing here right now where we're at. I mean, I don't know, you have a physical business, like a store or office or whatever you do, or maybe you have online business. So it's a lot of businesses up there, but you need to stand out doing something. And you got to tell people, hey, I'm here, and I do this. So that's awareness. The idea of telling people that you're there and that you do certain services. Now, then it comes the leads. That's the second lever. The leads. When is a lead? It's not somebody that just turn around to see your business and they say, oh, it's a business, I keep going. No, like I say in the same sample of the mall, you have a business, somebody look at your business and they say, oh, they selling this, or they giving this service, right? But then somebody say, I need that. So that's an intention, and it say, hey, can you call me because I need that service? Or maybe I need to get this particular product that you're selling, whatever you sell, right? And it say, okay, I give you my name and number, my email, maybe my phone number. I don't know what you require. That's when it become a lead. When you have the information from the prospect. It's a prospect only. It's not buying anything yet, okay? Then you get to the next one, is nurturing. Maybe that person never bought anything when they went to the store and gave you the number or the name and everything else. Their information, basically. So what you do, you say, no, I'm not giving, I give you my number. But then maybe the person that give you the phone number and their information, they just go and say, oh, it's another one that sell the same thing. So they forget about you and they go and give the same information to another customer, another business, I'm sorry. And then what did you do? So we go with the third lever. It is nurturing. You got to nurture that person in order for them to say, hey, this is legit. They care about me. They're giving me information. They're giving me tips. They're giving me whatever. And, you keep in touch with those people. You keep saying, hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Then we go to the fourth level. It's called sales. That's when that prospect become your customer, that they give you money for your services or your products. So then you become they become your customer. So that's when it's a sales. Now, it can be a customer comes over there and you say, oh, I bought one item. So you did all these things to get one item sold. And the item probably is $10, $12, $13. So now you say, oh, well, to the sales, it's a customer. But what do you do with the customers too? You want it that they repeat the purchases in your place, especially now that they become your customers and you serve them well. You have to make sure that that customer repeat another purchase. For instance, if they're going to buy shampoo, every month you get a shampoo. That's why a lot of businesses, they have like you get a membership site and a membership with me, and you give you a discount. Amazon is very good at that. Um, they give you free shipping, or maybe those places where they sell shampoo and they say, okay, the shampoo costs $12, but if you buy it from me every month and you get a recurring shipment, well, you're going to get it for $11, or so on, so on. You get the concept. So that's repeating. Repetitive system, repetitive. That's the fifth lever. The last one is reputation. What is reputation is so important because it encompasses the whole other five levers. The reputation is extremely, extremely important for any business, because sometimes you do everything right and then you screw it up and you get customer service that they're awful. I remember that I used to fly in a airline. There was a new airline back a few years ago in Mexico. I go to Mexico a lot. Like I say, I'm Mexican American. I have the dual citizenship and I live basically in the two places. Anyways, so I went to Mexico and I used to get these airlines. Sometimes I prefer the Mexican Airlines for whatever reason, maybe because I'm Mexican, right? And I never use American. So when American Airlines, I use only in the United States and so on. And it's dumb, but I mean, that's the way that I'm thinking. So that airline, it was getting my business at least every 2 months, I was buying a ticket. But the people that was there, they call it Volaris, okay? The people that were there, they were awful customer service. People, the people that they were, the flight attendants, the people in the customer service, actually, they were nasty, nasty people. They like, who cares? And they were rude, disrespectful, and awful, awful. But I was keep buying in the same airline until one day I said, you know what? Enough is enough, because I asked her a question to the flight attendant and she was mean to me and rude. I'm not really like to get rude or disrespectful with customer services because I know that that's hard job, all right? So she was mean. So what I did was like, one thing, enough is enough. I'm going to go with a different airline. And I've been going to the different airline. I've been loyal to that airline. And I'll be honest with you, for years and years, they lost me in the other place. And the thing is, this company, they do have a lot of customers. They do have everything. But I mean, you get a customer and you lose it over the customer service, over you bad behaving people. It seems like that's how they were trained. They were awful human beings, the ones that they were hiring. And be honest with you, I say no more. And up to today, I never want to even try it. They have sales and tickets. They have anything. I don't care. The other day they were saying, my son was telling me that maybe they were selling, you pay a price and you can fly as much as you want to the entire year or something like that. And I say, nope, I'm not going back to them. So that means reputation is very important. And a lot of people, they don't think about that as a business owner. You go, oh, I lost a customer. But if you think about it nowadays, especially nowadays, that you write reviews and stuff, and you see that and you say, oh, I'm not going with that company. To be honest, if you ask me about that company, you say, hey, I'm going to fly in Volaris. Would you recommend it? I will tell you, stay away from it, because the people going to make you feel miserable, and the people are nasty, and they are awful. So please do not go to the airline, because that's my personal experience, but I will not do that. So that's reputation. So I'm not so sure about you, what you are more excited in your business, or what are you thinking right now that you're going to implement in your business? Is awareness, leads, maybe nurturing, sales, repetition, or maybe reputation? Just let me know if you're gonna do that. Just think about those 6 labors and told me what are you gonna do. All right. So, anyways, the thing too, the other way that you can increase revenue in your business is increasing capacity. Now, increasing capacity for a lot of businesses is adding more workforce. Now, I am an AI consultant and a fractional CMO. All right. But one of the things that you have to understand as a small business owner, if you add more people into your workforce, well, you add in more expenses. So I have one of the businesses, they say, oh, you want to grow revenue or scale your business? Because that's basically what I do. But he asked me what I was doing, and I said, oh, that's what I do. And he was like, I don't want to do that. And I said, oh, that's weird. Most of the business owners, they want to scale. That's what they have a business for. And they say, no, I don't want to do that. I want to downside. And I say, why? And he goes, because the hassle, the headaches that you have to have. The thing is, he's the owner of the business owner. The business owner is a senior citizen. He took over. And for all these years, he's been hustling. And most of the business owners, that's what they do. They have no systems. They have no, when they're like studying, basically, have no system. They have nothing in place for them to grow. And it gets to the point that one person that has all the responsibilities it put the hats of everything in the company. He gets to the point where he gets tired. And that's what he was telling me, that he gets tired and he just can't. I mean, he keep working after hours. He said he get up at 4:30. Sometimes he come back home at 4. And then at home is still working in the computer Saturdays and Sundays because it's never enough. Thing is, they don't have no systems. Now, when it comes to AI, a lot of people say, oh, I use ChatGPT. I'm like, okay. And what do you do? Answer emails. Okay. But AI is more than answer emails, and also is more than ChatGPT. Some people say, oh, I use Copilot. Oh, I use Claude. And the thing is certain things have been seen that that's not how you really use AI. AI is expensive, and some people, they don't see return on investment. And some people, they get the employees to start using AI without training them. So they just wasting money and wasting more hours. So basically, what I help the business is, first of all, I train them how to talk to the machine and train them what they do, tell them how to use the data, gather the data, clean up the data, and doing all the stuff that you're going to be getting return on investment to. It's some actions in your work that is not even good for you to do that with AI. Some stuff has to be done by a human. Up to today, we don't have that magic AI that do everything like a lot of people. Now, I heard a lot of people that they go like, but I don't want to adopt it because they're going to take my job. That's not possible. Human beings, they have a different qualities the machine doesn't have. And I wish that you can understand that human beings, they have a different purpose in life. Now, how do you can use AI to increase capacity? Well, it can save you time. For instance, I was talking about earlier about the construction company. The construction company can go ahead and get safety submittals, can do toolbox docs, but toolbox docs that pretend to their trade. There's a lot of toolbox docs that you can get, but it's generalized. And if you don't do it with your trade, then you're basically wasting your time and your money. So you can do trade. You can do toolbox docs. You can do. I'm sorry about my phone. Okay, you can do toolbox docs. You can do safety submittals. You can do bids and estimates. As everything the admin do, everything in the office, it can enhance it. Now, I will not recommend you to send AI to the workforce and you make them work because it's not going to be able to do the manual labor. All right. So what you do, like for instance, I have this customer, this construction company. We were talking about construction. That's one example. They're giving you another time. I'm going to give you financial, another one, wellness and so on. Okay. But right now we're talking about construction. These particular scenarios are construction. So what you do, with the construction company, I have done safety submittals. Safety submittals for a lot of construction companies are bad, are bad, are bad. They just pull the hair and they don't know what to do. And I can tell you that with AI, you can do very good templates, very good safety submittals. Okay, number one. And also OSHA compliance if you do it correctly. Okay, number two, can do toolbox docs for your trade in matter of days for the whole year. All right. Sometimes I say days because you have 8 hours, and sometimes it takes a little time to do it on, and the AI take you a few minutes to come out with the whole thing. Okay. So anyways, I have done with a company, we done a project that they done in 52 submittals, safety submittals, 52 toolbox, safety submittals, and a few more templates for the company, orientation books, and so on, and 2 weeks with all of it for the whole year, the toolbox docs. So it can be easy. I have done some companies, they do, safety, estimating, bidding and estimated. Why? It's a process when you do the bidding that takes long. What it is takes long is to see the details. The details are the problem in the safety submittals. Okay. So what you do, you put it through AI or create an agent to do that, and then you do it in minutes instead of spending 4 hours, 5 hours, because I know that some people take 4 or 5 hours to see all the details because the trade is very detailed. They do it in minutes. So that's the stuff that you can do and save timing for capacity. So you have a estimator. For instance, in this case that we're talking about estimating, an estimator that you do, they used to spend 4 or 5 hours in doing a bid. Now it's going to be able to do it in 30 minutes, from first to last, and everything, the numbers and everything else. So what it give you is a person that has 3.5 more hours to work for you, and maybe can do 5, 6 more bids in the same day, in the same time that you were using it for one. So that's, saving time. The other one is you can save money in labor, because if this person, you doubling the work of this person because it's helping with AI, and then you'll be getting more bids, and you don't have to hire another estimator. Okay. So maybe you can double or triple the work of one person. Now, the other thing too, for instance, I was telling you about safety submittals. Somebody is making the safety submittal. They spend 6, 7 hours in safety submittals. Now they're doing it in 1 hour, the whole thing. So to you, it's 5 hours saving an hour. So that means you're saving money in the labor. All right. So now the other thing that you can do to make your company worth more money, because that's another way that you can get more revenue, is make your company worth more than what it's worth right now. How do you can do that? With systems. AI can help you to put all the systems. Of course, if you're doing it correctly, you'll be able to get systems for every aspect of your business, and also to the business owners. They always 100% busy, always in the business. They're going to be able to have more free time. And now they can delegate business, and they don't have to be 24/7 in the business. They're going to be free of having a business, but free of time. They're going to have free time. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't realize it. Now, you can do it correctly or you can do it incorrectly. If you do it correctly, you will have the benefits of having free time with, you can increase capacity with your employees that you already have. Also, you can get more revenue and make your company worth more money. So that's how you create revenue in your company. Now, I don't know what are you excited about it, but if you told me, maybe in the comments, I will put, I will make sure that they read your messages, and you want to reach out to me. My name is Georgina Salgado Chavez, and my website is aistrategy.com, and I say strategy, no strategy, okay? Because the strategy wasn't there available, and you know how hard it is to get names for websites nowadays. All right. So, well, I hope that this one serve you. I hope that this one, this particular topic, like make it feel like you're gonna get something good out of it. And also, too, I want that you give me some of your feedback. Tell me what do you want to hear. How I can serve you, how I can do better podcasts. Like I say, I'm not polished. I know that because I've never been a speaker. I'm just a human being. I have business and I never been into this business. The main idea of this podcast was to help you to get some good insight and also get some tips for you. All right. So until next time, thank you very much for being here and wish me good luck. And I hope that you get a lot of benefits out of this podcast. Bye bye.